So what happened was, before we even started showing that book, the initial shots were quite normal. Nothing unusual occurred, but the moment we opened that book, strange things began to happen. The book's pages were open, and instantly the lights started flickering, and we began experiencing glitches in our audio and video. Let me take you back to the beginning. A few months ago, I was in a Punjab village, shooting a thesis film. Interestingly, the genre of this film was horror. The location was area house in the middle of fields, with a giant tree on one side and a canal in front. We started shooting during the day, which was quite uneventful. However, things took a sinister turn when we began filming at night. The centerpiece of our story was a book. This wasn't just any book. It was a real satanic book that one of our crew members had accidentally brought along. He had warned everyone not to read from it. Our shooting schedule was from late night to early morning. On the second night, when we opened the book to film a scene, our equipment began malfunctioning. Our DP monitor was cracked, and the LED light we had packed carefully the night before was not working. The next day, when we inspected our gear, we found inexplicable damages. But the real horror started during the shoot. Every time we opened the book, the lights would flicker, the camera would glitch, and the audio would distort. It was as if the book had a malevolent energy that was disrupting our equipment. One of the most chilling incidents happened when we were filming a scene in a room with a bed and an old curtain hiding a storage area. The room had a creepy vibe, and I was supposed to pull back the curtain for the scene. As I approached, an overwhelming fear gripped me. When I finally mustered the courage to pull back the curtain, I felt a hand on my shoulder. It was a firm grip, and I knew there was no one else in the room besides the cameraman and me. The touch didn't feel human. It was cold and heavy, sending shivers down my spine. The last day of our shoot involved a scene where we had to throw the book into the canal. We planned to do this around 3:30 or 4 a.m. As we set up our lights in the field, strange noises began to emerge. It sounded like growling and screeching, as if something was warning us to stay away. While recording, I stood outside, and one of our actors was with me, while the rest were handling the lights. Suddenly, the person managing the lights on the roof yelled for us to get inside. He was visibly shaken and insisted he had heard a deep, guttural voice commanding him to turn off the lights. When he shone the light towards the giant tree, he saw a figure the size of the tree branch, with glowing red eyes staring directly at him. We were all terrified because just moments before, there had been nothing there. We decided to pack up and head inside that night. As we tried to sleep, the room we stayed in had a direct view of the canal. I kept hearing strange, unnerving sounds all night. It was like whispers and growls, making it impossible to sleep. To keep my mind off the fear, I kept reciting prayers and verses I knew. It was only at dawn that I managed to get some rest. The next morning, I discovered that almost everyone had heard the same disturbing sounds and had also stayed up all night. The following day, we decided to finish the shoot quickly and leave the place. The final scene was to throw the book into the canal, hoping to rid ourselves of whatever curse it carried. As we tossed the book into the water, the wind picked up, and we felt an eerie presence watching us until we left. Looking back, the entire experience felt surreal and terrifying. The strange occurrences with the book, the malfunctioning equipment, and the ghostly figures still haunt us. It's hard to believe, but those who were there can attest to the inexplicable events we encounter. These experiences make you question the boundaries between the supernatural and the real world. While I've always enjoyed horror films, this was the first time I felt like I was living in one. The sense of dread and fear was palpable, and it left a lasting impression on all of us. Whether you believe in the paranormal or not, there's no denying that some experiences defy logical explanation. The haunted book and the events surrounding our shoot are etched in our memories, serving as a chilling reminder of that eerie night. As we continue making films, we've become more cautious and respectful of the unknown. This incident taught us to never take things lightly, especially in dealing with elements that have a dark and mysterious history. So what do you think? Do you believe in the supernatural, or do you think there's a rational explanation for everything that happened? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear your perspectives on this spine-chilling experience. And if you have your own paranormal encounters or stories, feel free to share them with us. Who knows, maybe we'll feature your story in one of our upcoming videos. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to stay updated with our latest content.